Hey, everybody. Today is September 1st, 2022. Welcome all to the Corporate Founders Only webinar. We've been all invited by our CEO, Mr. ASHMUFAREH, who's with us today. And Ash, it's all yours. It's great to see you as usual. You're looking very sharp today as well.
Thank you, Susie, and thank you, everyone. I hope my brain would operate as sharp as my tie. Yeah, without proper sleep. Thank you, handsome. Okay, I am ASHMUFAREH, and I am here to change your life. Straightforward, if you choose to. Today is going to be a memorable day, September, to remember. And I do have unique information to share with you. I thank you for making the time to be here. All those 16,000 that Susie mentioned, all winners, and definitely will make your time really worth it. I don't think it's going to be a very long session, but rather with very accurate information for the first time. I have to mention that we choose to share this recording with our team of attorneys and with the government of the United States by choice. It will be reviewed. We are asked to share any information that I share with the founders, and I just want to make that disclaimer upfront. So make no mistake, everything is on the record, and if you choose to speak, we want to make sure we have accurate information, nothing but the truth, 100%. Consider like you're under oath, pretend, and we just want to be very accurate because our business is so big and we are the face of Onpassive. We want to make sure we have the proper information. I do want to congratulate Milo for his 4th anniversary. It's becoming more important than traditional anniversaries. I know you said it's been up and down. For me, it's been only up, and from a top to another one. And thank you, Tim Johnson, for this gorgeous art. Okay. Our epic journey to the new top. Incredible. Thanks, Tim and Bill Must and all those who contribute to this journey as well. I want to thank the Monk community. We had the pleasure to chat with them 2 nights ago. It was quite inspiring, and we are better with you. You help us stay on track. I want to give a big thanks to our team in Hyderabad that have been working tirelessly, week in, week out, day in, day out, weekdays, weekends, nights, around the clock, whatever the job requires. We are there, and I'm with them with all of my capacity. They have delivered, they are delivering. It is the delivery season now in Onpassive. We're going to share with you some samples of how or what stage visually we are in Onpassive. I'm going to help you understand this. Please put your hands to our team in Hyderabad with me, and anywhere you make a video or announcement or chat or in the back office, show your gratitude to them. They don't accept tip or cash, but they would appreciate a thank you, and it will keep them motivated. They have really been more committed to this more than most founders, if I can say this. even if you say there like almost 20,000 could be watching this live and maybe another couple 100,000 would watch the recording, we understand that. But I would still believe that at this stage, any serious founder should have no excuse not to be here. I would do anything. I would cancel big things to be here, just like what I do. And we work around the clock. Ask Dubai, ask everywhere. So we don't stop working. So the new website, as you see, Thursday, it's gorgeous. It is nothing but professional. As you could see, or maybe I would show a different page. Let me see. All right, let me see. I'm going to share the entire screen so I can stay there. And while I'm sharing my screen, I'm going to navigate through a few things there. And by the way, if I didn't tell you, I'm going to be talking about the launch and the dates and exactly how we're going to run this out. If you are here, if you're live, okay, with us, you're going to know, okay, without decoding anything, you're going to know where we are and what's next. If that's good enough, if I tell you that, would you let me go now?
Here, so no.
No.
All right. I'm going to also put the sound just in case. All right. So this is the new website, number 67 in your back office, world class, very unique. I've never seen this menu. If you click here, you see all the products. And this is not a page. This is not a web page. It's a website. But what a packed, rich, unique site. And the last website we have, to my knowledge, was just 2 days ago. All right. That was Monday. It was another beauty. Now, here's what I like about this website. You see features or layouts, designs that I personally haven't seen them. If you can do a calculation or a wild guess, I have seen in my life more than 4 websites so far. And because of that, this is definitely an incredible design. And that's why, see these, how they spin, how they flip, how they do that. Okay. All the products. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Now, these are the different pages where you link to our social media pages. Products are listed here. The announced locations are here as well. And for example, the so this is our blog. So it goes to another whole website. As you can see, very rich in colors and bright and techy and inviting. And obviously, this is a page for videos. And our OHire future will be for OHire, which is like employment web site. And this is alone is a complete website, very much complete for the positions that we have open as of now. As you see, this is a complete website, a rich in content, and will continue, obviously, to deliver twice a day until we get to the point where we have it once a day. And I believe there will be some days that we will have one more or at least website, one website, but there will be some days there will be more than a website, like many websites in one day. And I'm going to illustrate that to you right now on the screen. So this is worth to acknowledge and thank the team for doing so. And from there, from India, we go to our team in Dubai. And as you probably had the spoiler today, we already revamped our campaign, refreshed in Dubai, taken all over the mall, okay, which is the largest mall on the planet. And I want to thank our team, our managers who also worked tirelessly in Dubai. We just had one COVID case 2 days ago. So we hope they would have a speedy recovery in our financial department, and hopefully everybody will remain safe. But this was done really at a speed. And you may think we just grab a camera and somebody will film. It's not like as simple as a cell phone. We would have to acquire permissions, like from Dubai City, the city of Dubai. We have to get a permission when we go and film outdoors and in the mall, which is a good thing. They have some regulations. We had to acquire one from the police department and one from the mall management as well. That is important. So before we even do the filming, we have to take care of all those documents and permissions and logistics. So it's a process, but I'm blown away personally. I am in full gratitude for the team, how they seamlessly, flawlessly take care of all the details, and they make it a beauty, fun for us to watch and enjoy, and make us all proud Onpassivians. That's how you do it, actually. All right. So a few things I want to share with you today. We're going to talk about marketing, events, and we're going to talk about where we are and the production and all of that. This is the bottom line. All right. The bottom line, we are on track with everything. The bottom line, Onpassive will be a company that will make a difference, not just in your life, but actually those who are around us, and it will make a difference in the generations to come. Okay, we are just building a beast behind the scene. And boy, do we have surprises for you. We just love to do it that way. All right. So we have not one surprise, not two, not 5, not 25. I think sometimes it's going to be a challenge for us to try to keep all of the things at once. So in fact, we just had a discussion with our key leaders today, and we said it's just so many, we have to break it down. I believe we have to spread it out over at least some weeks instead of like a bomb after a bomb after a bomb. And here's the thing. The reason I believe we're doing this because of you, and at least those founders who are committed right from the beginning. Make no mistake, I had no clue we will be the biggest company. Even myself, we will be potentially the biggest company that history ever witnessed in any sector. I didn't even know that. And we just went to work. We knew we are up to something unique and above average. We went to work, and you inspired us. The demand and the support, the buzz and the excitement around the concept of Onpassive, even in the very early days, gave us that power, gave us that escalation of vision and expansion to our ambition. So we thought, okay, not only that what we thought is highly like on high demand, but we also recognized quickly that even those following stages back then are at like in high demand right now, or at least a couple of years ago. So we went all the way in. But here's the problem. One small problem. Most people didn't elevate, didn't upgrade their vision. They're stuck with the past. Okay? Though we said, upgrade your dreams, think bigger. We said that. All right? We said, we're going to be a whole new concept of hope and change and positivity, inspiration, and impact for humanity, even for generations to come. A lot of people still don't get it. The problem is they're stuck with old, outdated ideology and mentalities because they don't see it. If they just get engaged and show up, because success is 75%, 75% or 80% sometimes is just showing up, especially at the right time. Okay, so those who are invisible, totally unknown, and I don't mean showing their faces on the video with all the respect. No, that's not what I mean. But they have no presence, not even spiritually, okay? Not in their imagination. Those who are not there, there's no chance that we can become a psychic in a way and know where they are and what they want and deliver. So they at least have to show up and show us what. And thanks to you or those who committed and showed us, you know what, we want this. Yes, we're going to do it. And we said, you know what, we're going to do Academy. We're going to do more phases. And we stopped saying that because we realized we stopped revealing more products and more phases of Onpassive because we're still at the old, outdated mentality for the masses or for the vast majority. Okay, though few get it. Okay, and if we reveal more phases that are completely disruptive in every aspect, we thought that we will create a bigger gap and it will be irrelevant and a big disconnect between the field and our vision. So we decided we're working behind the scene at a speed you wouldn't believe. So many dimensions, so many projects, so many avenues. Whatever it takes, no sleep, no problem. Cost, no biggie. Whatever it takes in every meaning of the word. We're after it till it's done. Yet, when we come to our beloved founders, we choose to dim it down and just keep it at the early stage or the first stage. But make no mistake, we're stages ahead. Now, you might not see it, but I can share with you. You're my friend. And I want to share with you, this is how I see the future. Number one, Onpassive digital marketing. Do you think it's a done deal? The digital ecosystem or those products we just saw on the website, done deal? Everything we talked about on the digital orbit, done deal? Yes, indeed. All right. So that's one thing. That's under control. But more than you think, even their products on the digital platform, we decided to keep them away. You're just going to see them. One of those, one will really have the capacity to make us the biggest company, or at least a gigantic IT company. One of them. And they're not even listed on the website. Did we have a contract, you and I, for example, or the founders on Onpassive, that we're going to give you all of? No. We surpassed that long time ago. So now we're here electively. We passed that $97. You get a position. You are going to see the products or the witness the journey before the masses or before the public, the general market. We're past that. Now it's completely out of love and by choice that we're here because we care, and we want to see how we can fit in and how can we collaborate to make the best out of it. And everybody's taking the initiative and being responsible. Make no mistake, those who are staying late in Asia or the Middle East or even in Africa and Europe, it's not a perfect timing now for business, but they make the effort and they stay with us. So we thank you, whether in India, Bangladesh, or Singapore, or Vietnam, anyone that cares and they're here. And remember, there are some language barriers and all of that and communication. We completely understand that, but we're just days away from changing that with our platforms and our technology. Literally, we can count the weeks and the days to get to the point where problem solved. Communication, no problem. Talk any language and instant. You don't have to look at a dictionary. You don't have to translate. You don't have to hire a translator. Nobody has to echo or in real time. Our AI will tell you what's happening, voice or text, just days away. Okay, and we're gonna make it. How do we make it? I don't know. We're just gonna make it. Okay. I know I pay the salary for people that I told them to make it, and if they don't do it, we have the DD, okay, new policy. I don't know if you like it, but we call it, for me, it's do it or die as a company, all right? But we said we're going to also apply it on the staff, okay? Those developers sometimes, got to make sure that they believe in what they're doing. So we wish that they will take it also, do it or die. So we said, hey, let's do it, same thing. I'm going to do it or die. What about you? Okay, you work for us. We provide and give you our duty, whatever we have to do on our side. Now your turn is either you deliver or depart from the company. All right, and that's ugly, but we have no tolerance for average job anymore. And it's not like something by force, by the way. We collectively came to an agreement. Let's do it. I'm gonna even, not myself, but they said, we're gonna do this or I will leave. But of course, that's not their wish. That's how committed they are. And last conversation today was not 100%. They were not sure 100% of the delivery on time. 1,000%. They said 1,000%. Okay, that's the exact word, not 100%. They said 1,000%. So we got that under control, the ecosystem. Now I'm going to take it to the Onpassive in my head. This is how I see the world, just years ahead. Because now it enabled us to open all of those phases. Just do it all the way. We're going to minimize crime in Onpassive globally. We're going to contribute to conquer poverty and all the issues that are related. We're going to have a more educated global population, anywhere, everywhere, anytime. Better environment, healthier people, lifespan, better relationship. Finances has to do with it. I always question the status quo in a way. Why technically this financial burden, from the minute we wake up to life till the minute we're gone. It's always like choking up like our throat like that. It's like straining us. It's really devastating. So can you imagine life without that financial burden, if you wish, or obstacle, challenge? Can you imagine life where all you focus on providing value, contributing to humanity, something positive? Because we don't have to fight about resources or money. So fossil fuel wars and crimes and corruption, all of that will be taken care of because of Onpassive. I just see it's a much better planet, a healthier human body collectively because of Onpassive. And I'm just super confident. Did I know this 4 years ago? No. I knew eventually we will lead to that, okay? I just, have the passion, the power, the love to go that direction, but I didn't know we would be talking about this right now, okay? And we can see it. I see it. It's done. So I hope I can, lift you up to my, say, higher ground and look at a broader view ahead, see the horizon. It is a much better planet because of Onpassive and the seed. And remember, what made Onpassive or gave us the courage is the good founders. So I'm truly saying that the world is going to be better because of you. And you are the heroes, or at least the anonymous soldiers. But the world is going to know you. And they're going to know your name. Not because we said we're going to do this transaction for this much money or this little money, and in return we get that. No, we just realized that was just the access. It's just like the icebreaker, but we went much farther, after that. And we opened up and we shared our dreams and our aspiration together, and we became a good united family, and we opened our hearts and our love, and we said there's so much thing that we can do better together. There's no way I would even dare to think on myself that I can go this direction without you. So if somebody's telling me so what do I do? I'm a founder. Okay. If if I have to tell you, then look for a job, because you need to be led and guided. Okay. I'm not your boss. I'm not your parent. So we don't have a daycare. This is completely elective. Those who choose to take the initiative and contribute, they're like the cream that rises to the top automatically. And the tougher the battle, the sweeter the victory. We became even bolder now, and we just know what we're capable of. So we should celebrate. We should be proud of where we are today and all of that. Yeah, I know. I'm going to tell you about the launch. Okay. But products-wise, everything is on track. Okay. Here is what I want to share with you. Okay. Okay. So September 1st. Ta-da. Okay. Now, we will have just weeks ahead, all right, on track by design. We will start launching Onpassive products. We already have a good idea. I don't have exact date, but we already have a good idea about the time frame, the range, if you wish. Obviously, it must be much sooner than November 20th. Remember that date? Now, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to test and see if you're paying attention. So it looks like that's also going to be a done deal. All right. And putting all of that budget, we have to have products to be sold to the public because they're not going to be promoted to the founders. But remember, the public, the millions to come, they're not going to be able to purchase the products commercially unless they go through a founder. Okay, so let's think. We're going to unpuzzle it. November 20th, we're going commercial. The world must, that's like the deadline, all right? It has to be before tested and all of that at all levels. Now, the founders by then would have to already have purchased and activated their accounts. Where? In Onpassive, not in Founders. And tested and positioned and all of that and give it a thumbs up and use the product, and then we go turn on the switch or open the spigots, and it goes wild. Because the founders would have the ability to share it by then, if they choose to, if they're excited about it. I know some will not be excited. They will be ecstatic to do so, okay? And you would just have to calm them down. They will go wild, okay? I know I would do that given the facts we have in hand. So coming to that date, the latest, we should be already at a position where we're selling to the public. So we can see the days, the months, and all of that, right? Now, this is the process. We're going to open with a couple of the free products. Anything we open that goes to the OBS, what do we call it? Onpassive Business Solution, okay? Which is the dashboard, all right? We just have that logic, the architecture. We're working on that now, okay? So when you have that login, same login as your Founders, we go there. Initially, you're going to have a couple of free products. All right? And I will say, okay, so for now, confirmed, OMail, ONet. Okay? Okay, I'm going to say what would be the obvious too. OMail, ONet would have to be, when you're able to get them, they will be 100% free. For how long? For life. All right? Now, OMail and ONet, for what they do, they will be the leading solution in the nature of the product ever existing. With AI technology and machine learning, with unique disruptive technologies, your ability to use those, which they run on autopilot, obviously, will give you the confidence to navigate through the following products. So it is healthier to eat in courses. We don't want to give you a whole lump sum and you get stuffed and confused and overwhelmed and maybe dizzy. And all right, we don't want to do that. We want to break it down so it can be natural growth. All right. And OConnect is one of the primary paid products. All right. With all the features that we talked about initially. But then stabilize, scale. So what's after that? So for example, like O-Tracker will be paid, okay? I'm gonna give you an example. O-Trim will be free. O-Bless, we are gonna give it free, but, oh, that's not Onpassive. Okay, so Onpassive, we're gonna give it free all the way. Remember that but? We don't have it. It's not, no fine prints, no shenanigan, no shady stuff. Straightforward, it will be free. It's not free for us. We have a department, which is a company, to run that, to operate O-Bless. It costs us resources and technologies to keep it live, right? And equipments. It's not just going to fall from the sky. So it does cost us. And transactions will cost us fees, but it will be on the company. It will be on Onpassive. This is the first crowdfunding that is 100% to uplift humanity from the heart. No whatsoever fees. It's tempting. Everybody would say, why don't you do it? No. It's not crowdfunding. Then it's a business. O-Bless is a genuine, honest hand for those who are in need. Now we continue the roll-up. Tentatively, by mid 2023, for the products that are listed on the website and that are being worked on that you don't know, we don't even, we never shared the name or the logo with you. So, and there are several. By that time, also they would be in full capacity, rolled out by then. So it will take us time, okay, to roll up all of the products. Even some months will be multiple products, I would assume, are rolled up to the market, above market level, AI driven, and they will be rolled up to the market, whether free or paid. So short weeks, game on, switch on, okay? And we're not going to use hard launch, soft launch, over medium launch, scrambled launch. We don't want those terminology. It's not eggs. It's all hard launch, all right? It's solid. It's not like how you cook your eggs. Hard launch, soft launch, medium launch, It's over, all right? Because we are more excited about the following phases, like hardware products or physical products, if you wish, disruptive, crazy products, inventions to come. All right. Now, there might be, more likely, in fact, we will have new products after this day that were not in our mind. And we will decide if we're going to announce them before, or you're just going to see them in your account in the back office, OBS. But so, for example, that is not calculated. We might give the idea sometime in April 2023, March, okay? And we give the idea, okay, I'll take a few months to develop it, then September. That is not what I'm talking about. But everything that is listed, plus the ones that we're working on, come in those 6-7 months scope, we would have rolled up everything. And if you do the math, they're not dozens of months until then. So obviously there will be multiple in a month. All right. So please don't ask me about launch and when and all of that. It's already clear. It's already out there. Okay. That's it. For the first time ever, I'm giving you dates. All right. Now, if we don't do that, obviously some people will have to depart. Okay. DD. And we're going to tell you the truth. Always. We're going to be accurate with you, but it will be a humongous loss for the company. So God forbid this would not happen. I'm just telling you. So we're at a stage we cannot back up. It's just like, that's it. So only forward is the direction. So they need me here. I'm going to blink and okay, so this is, all right, this said I have respond. So they need to respond. Okay, is that okay? I need to respond to.
Yes, of course, Ash.
Okay.
How exciting. I love the analogy about cooking eggs. Makes me laugh. Over easy, soft boiled, hard boiled.
I'm going to read up. I'm going to read the pin of Ash really quick, then I'll pin him back.
Okay. So I'm just going to comment, how brilliant. How brilliant. Julie, you're muted, but how brilliant is this? This is like marketing at its best.
Yes, it's brilliant marketing. That's what I said in the group.
I know, I saw that. Breadcrumbs.
It's like huge breadcrumbs. I mean, mail and connect. I mean, net.
Right,
Wow.
because they're free and we'll be able to share those with people.
Yes.
And they'll be able to utilize them free. And the world is our oyster after that, for God's sakes.
Absolutely. And, knowing the information that we know today, we got to take action. What kind of action we're doing? Continue to share and talk about those two free products. I think those are going to be, it's a boom to me, Susie.
Okay, I think Ash is back. Ash, you're muted. If you're ready to continue, we're talking about eggs.
I thought I was done. Yeah.
Over easy.
Over easy. Boiled. All right. So, yeah, it's that simple. And I'm not sure if this will show the entire screen. Yeah, I'm going to try the entire screen. That's a video. All right. So you see this, for example?
We can see it. Yep.
Yeah. So this is how we, maybe this is sprint 1. Okay. That's actually a connect. Yeah. So for example, connect, like this is the final sprint, right? And we have a code. This is not exactly like the user end feature that you see here. This is more for developers. In fact, we have a code, and through our software, so it's like 301 or 302 is the task code, and somebody's taking care of that. All right. So, and some are reusable technology, so it's already developed somewhere else, but they're like really fitting that into, let's say, this product. So this is for illustration only. This is a sample, and these are displayed on all floors in our Hyderabad location. Okay, on all screens. We have dozens of high definition TVs, big screens. So this is being there, and every time we have live update if somebody completed the task, they're featured with their pictures and name, and then the whole building collapsed for them. All right. And we give them 2-3 days grace, because if they go in red, they don't want to be walking in that floor, because everybody would eat them with their eye. So we are, a little bit courteous not to put people on the spot. So this is, it's high time in Hyderabad for delivery, for production. And, you may say, okay, so the last delivery date here is the 15th, right? But we announced O Connect on the 15th. Obviously, this is not going to the market. Then, the testing, the scaling, debugging, all of that, and that will happen. Did you see what happened with NASA rocket the other day? Okay. So 4.1 billion, that's 4,000 million dollars and $100 million, just one, to show you the budget that they put and the years working on that. It's a massive rocket. It's the biggest that NASA developed. It's been announced on the launching pad, and you would think with that budget and that preparation and all of that they nailed it. They have figured everything out. Like, it's under control and ready to go. No. Right before launch, a couple of hours before, 3 problems were identified while it's on the launching pad and fixed, troubleshooted them. But a leak, a hydrogen, some other areas of, and the last one was a bigger bug or problem that already occurred before during the testing examinations, okay, but yet occurred again while it's ready to go 40 minutes before it takes off. Have you seen that? You know what I'm talking about, Artemis? Okay, the biggest rocket ever built by NASA, and it's going in the deep space to the moon and beyond. That's the slogan. And it's going to circle, orbit the whole moon and stay there for a while and then come back safely. So it's a big deal. If successful, 2025, there will be the first person of color, the first female would land on the moon, and then do it for a few times. And eventually the same technology, the same concept of that spacecraft and vehicle will lead us to Mars and even deeper and beyond. It's a big ambition. The whole cost of the whole project so far is $93 billion. That's $93,000 million. And yet, people buy ticket to travel. They put a cost. They go lodging, hotels, and all of that. They spend thousands of dollars. They buy tickets to watch, from Kennedy Space Center, and it gets scrubbed, and everybody just, okay, put their head down and walk back. No problem, losing thousands of dollars. So do you take a chance and say, oh, people paid money, or no? Failure is not an option. You don't take a chance with that big project. You just don't take a chance. And we have so much, in a way, we operate similarly. Maybe because I'm inspired and I love the way they work, and I'm inspired. I believe the American dream, I can sum it up in a few things. Okay, most people think is buying a house, having education, freedom, all of that. To me, the American dream, a few things, institutions. Like, for example, I'm going to give you, MIT, Harvard, and Stanford example. Okay, and NASA. That's, to me, is the true core American dream. All right, that's what makes us, and that's why I'm passionate about it. In fact, I do have a meeting with with an astronaut, okay? It did take me a while to connect and to reach that intentionally, because I could obviously learn one thing or two throughout that relationship. So the reason I'm bringing this up is, at the end, safety, security will always outdo the timing or announcement or excitement or any date that we put. So this is tentatively, so always operate like that. And but thankfully it doesn't cost us that much. Thankfully there's no breakage, explosion, or safety consequences to what we do. It's only going to make our life much better and inspire. So this is exactly what we're doing. I hope you have an idea. So we have people, we have faces, we have exact tasks. But as you see, this is more like if you look at the, I believe the O-Connect, you're going to see like most of the IML, okay? That's short for artificial intelligence, machine learning. Those are the type of, remaining, I would say, secondary tasks, okay? But we are perfecting that. Sometimes, it wasn't good, so they would have to redo it, redevelop it. Sometimes they have to reconstruct it. And that's where we are today. So we are, what we call it right now, we're at a stage where we are grooming the word that we have on our books, and we're grooming. We're basically, putting lipstick, cosmetic, massaging, the shoulder, prepping, all of that. We're not that. So the heavy lifting, the core development, that is behind us. And now we're at a stage where we're just perfecting, grooming our technology, fine tuning, all of that. So, so for example, like what we have in mail, all right, it's been done a while ago, for example. So some of the dates are, it says like the 29th or the 30th. They were not done yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, they were done a while ago. But this is just to give you the contrast. And some are new additions, like, okay, oh yeah, why don't you do that? So like tiny, fix. So we just added it as we go, but it doesn't take long time. And once it's assigned, and some will have to be in a following sprint. So this is 1 and 2. So we're talking about, again, the second sprint is not even not touching the 15th of September. But make no mistake, by the end of the month, this would be the most robotic, genius, fun mail or email system ever existed, okay? And that would be given for free. So people have every reason to come to have a VIP access card around the clock to a massive mall and relax. Just use what they can, freebies and snack and sample around. Whenever you're comfortable, buy something if you want to win faster. Yeah, absolutely. So that's the idea. Please don't put a lot of attention on this. This is for just display as a tracker. We use it as a tool to motivate and remind people mentally and just see where we are every day, every moment. So they're mindful of the time and be careful with every spent moment, all right, and moment spent. So that's where we are today. All right, let's recap. All right, bottom line, we're bringing this digital phenomenon to the world in short tweaks. Prior to that, you would have to have it in order to be able to pass it on. We already know that, right? So we could guess what's happening. And everything we will do will open, scale, all of that. All right. Obviously, those who are in the face, like the 18,000 something, now attending, they have a better chance to be, the guinea pig, if you wish, and obviously that has a good compensation to it, or at least the priority to have the products and potentially for those who like to share, have a piece of the revenue. Like I said, we will continue rolling out the products until mid 2023. If all good, no catastrophe, God forbid, no pandemic, nothing, would take an effect, but that's a plan. But ideally we're in, that's it, just a couple of weeks or so, we're in and game on. And you don't want it all at once. It's too big. You don't want to swallow the whole thing at once. You want to break it down in pieces, and we're going to do it rational, and we'll continue to do that. All right. So you already know what's happening in November, and obviously the preparation that we're seeing now already in Dubai and more, the unannounced events and marketing activities and plans that we have will also be taking place. So there's going to be a lot of traffic and surges of visitors coming to our websites, all right, in those days. And by the time people will get their hands on the products, we will continue advancing those many products in one single sign-on. You have access to the whole world, okay? Second, we will also constantly bring new technologies, new digital technologies and new products and add them to the same, platform. So this will continue, it will not stop. I'm just telling you what you know so far, and some more will be rolled out eventually within the scope of the next few months, all right? Starting in the next couple of weeks, as you see. And along with that, there will be also the next phase and third phase. Some of them we might choose not to include them with Onpassive because they're either completely irrelevant or hard, like hardware, physical products, or some crazy inventions and all of that. But I have a feeling, knowing my friend ASHMUFAREH, okay, that will always be interested to brag and impress his friends, okay, most likely the founders, and show them what we're capable of, and at least share with those who really put their heart in Onpassive, just like us. So we always would have that desire, by choice. I just have that. It's not an obligation. It's not an entitlement. We all agree on that. We already surpassed that long time ago. But it's more of, you want to create so many of us, replicate the mentality and enable so many people that immediately, like when you do that survey, Chris, or anybody, like what do you do when you have this, or your bills are paid, or this or that, what do you do? Most people don't talk about themselves. I'm going to do this to my family, this to my community, this to my wife, this to my kids, this to... Nobody talks about themselves, or at least few. So that's how it's going to be, all right? And from there on, you cannot go away from Onpassive. We're going to exhaust you with invention after invention after invention. And everything is going to blow your mind and it's going to make your head spin. Make no mistake. So what kind of products will come after that? Product will stop wars. Product will make the world cleaner, okay? Products will be in every house, every building, every equipment, every electronic device. Are they all in, like, are you talking about energy or so? Yeah, energy is one of them. Are you talking about, we have health. We just had a prototype in the health department. Actually, we had 2 successful ones. Gonna make every man and woman happy, okay? All right? Trust me, they're gonna make you very happy. You're gonna put a big grin on your face. And one product is obviously, I think if we share it with Key Wendell, will be very, very happy, and it will blow his, hat somehow. And that is done, and that is successful. So we have products that we can sell by the billions of items already, and at a profit margin, couple of hundreds if we wish. All right, and make no mistake. So we will conquer some pandemics. That's how things, are essential. So we're not only in the energy, we're in industrial, construction, say with me, health, anything about getting ahead and improving humanity, we're after that. So that's how it will happen. I forgot to talk to you about pay structure. Yeah, I think I should talk about that. Right. Okay. Very simple. All right. So Onpassive will have a charge to some products, and some products will be bundled. So it's a package. Some products will be, I'm talking about the digital. We're not getting to that because some products will be millions of dollars. Some products will be millions of dollars. Some will be billions, okay, if we choose to sell the IP. All right, billions, some worth hundreds of billions of dollars. So if you talk to me, if I scare you or sound like arrogant or talk about like, what a crazy guy, I have no fear of any amount of money. Why? Or making any that. And I said it 2 weeks ago or so, combine all the buildings, that pile up with cash, we can do it. But here's the best part. I'm going to show you how I'm going to, distribute that, or how I'm going to spend it. Okay. Manage it, for a better word. Okay. So now we will have products. Let's talk about the digital for now. All right. We will have products totally free. We will have products that are trial. You get a trial like 14 days, 10 days, 7 days, different. Okay. Maybe a month. Okay. And then it will become a charge. There will be payments or products or services that are monthly subscription. It's a combination. There will be some annual. There will be some one time. Again, sustainability. Think with me. Not getting oversaturated. If it's the same thing, one thing, however, that no matter what it is, you're going to do, like, get jammed up and that's it. So it will be a dynamic variety of different prices, packages, payouts, and pay in. Okay? Is that clear? Now, so I cannot tell you the price because it's not one thing. And we didn't even define all the prices for all of them. But let's talk about 100%. Something costs 100%. So $1, how much percent is, if the whole thing is $1, how much is it? It's 100%. $500, $1,000. The full payment is 100%. So 100% payment. Keep it simple. A portion, the first portion has to go where? Pay the overhead for what we do. Payroll, okay. We just paid 5 different countries. Just clear them out. 5 different countries. Paid. Today is the first. None of them was paid today. None of them was paid yesterday. The money is due after the first. You finish the month and then you get paid. They're all paid before the month finished. They're not going to go anywhere. Yeah. Somebody's going to eat us with a day or two. No problem. Okay. So you see, that's not how we think. We believe in our people. They believe in us, and we have trust. And we, the funds is there, put it in their hands. They deserve it. They have commitments. They have family. And, we love to share it with them. Okay, so initially, that is the top priority, payroll, okay? And all the budget, logistics, buildings, all of that, vehicles, equipments, all that, hygiene. So we take care of that. That's done. Maybe it takes 30% or so from the 100%. So that's how we define the 100%. All right. And there is innovative labs and researches and inventions. Okay. So we give a portion to that. We're not going to depend on a government or somebody to give a donation. And okay. So that is an essential, basic foundation in our strategy. We always will continue inventing. All right. So we give it a portion and we buy traffic and we do a lot of marketing, heavy marketing. We spend millions on marketing because we're not going to leave anybody anywhere without telling them what we have. All right. We're going to just send a reminder to everybody. 5-6 billion people, they have to be invited one way or another. Okay. So, lastly, okay, we will make sure there is a percentage that goes, it's not big. You could do the math. Now, once you know the piece that goes to you, it's not big. That little piece has to be to the company, for the company, for sustainability, financial stability, anything happen, for, we have to have, kind of safety net all the time and have the ability to expand and thrive and be debt free. That's important. The rest, so here's the number, all right? The rest, which is all of what I listed, we want to try to keep it 50% of that 100%. Where does the other 50% go? Okay, so if you didn't get what I'm talking about, I never thought I'll be teaching math. So you would have to pick somebody else to walk you through it, all right? It's very simple. 100%, 50% covers everything on our side. The other 50% is going to be paid to the resellers, all right? It's that simple. Of course, there will be some parts, very clear. I'm going to be clear with you. Some parts or some products that are going to be sold, let's say a company, or it's like not a part of the pay structure, right? Or the ecosystem or the network, okay? So that is a revenue for the company. So this is, instead of having that, say, partnership with the resellers in a way, or the customers, it will be with the team. Again, different type of partners, those who make this. So always we want to also give them not just the salary, we want to give them a part, okay? And not everybody, they understand that. We also have the 80-20% rule, okay? So the 20% winners will have also a piece of that percentage, all right? But everything we try to keep it within the 50%, and if we maintain, now, if you are a genius and one day you figure out, and you find out that it was actually 49%, not 50%, that is going back to the field, and you tell me, Ash, you're an animal, okay, you'll be ridiculous, okay? Okay, so, yeah, and some products, might not have that big of a margin, like traffic is pretty much, not much that we can mark up. All right, as long as you get something, every transaction, every sale, every there's something is going to pop. All right, so I think I talked about the launch, I talked about the products, I talked about the pay structure, I talked about what we're doing behind the scene. What else? I think I'm out of here. So did I get a go?
Yes.
I do have, my brother, you just reminded me that you shared some ideas with me. I'm going to take a look at it now. That's how much time I have, okay? And if I have time, I will go over that list. Is that fair?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Wow. I'm just like 1 hour and a half or so with you, or less. And it's like the sky is falling. Whoa. Emails and messages.
You can skip it if you want.
Okay, let me see. Calm down, people.
We're cool as cukes.
Okay, founder questions. I got your message. Okay. I was interested in finding out more on the products or tracker. Okay, so somebody actually is curious about the physical product with O-Tracker. It's not O-Tracker, actually. You got it wrong, my friend. Okay, so O-Tracker is something, but the integration of O-Tracker with another device, and there's the word tracker in it, okay? That is different, okay? Perhaps there are more things that we're talking about now, and I think in the last 24 hours, we just got like 2-3 new ideas completely, projects, businesses, okay? So there is a part of safety we work on with all the new disruptive technology that we're kind of replacing everything. We're ditching out everything we have now, going to be something more humane, if you wish, more environmental friendly, more cost effective. And, you know, if I can give it away, I will give it away, no problem. So all those different aspects that will draw or create a vacuum for the need of so many, I would say, plugins is not the word, but maybe more add-ons and supplements, such as securities and safety and all of that. Like we have a genius engineer that is, you know, very creative about the fire department and you know, to take care of all those safety issues related to fire. And you know, we have some not only projects and prototypes, but also the integration of Onpassive, the completion. So when you get the part of O-Tracker, the part of AI for the first time, I think we are just going to flip this planet upside down, you know, perfect it and put it back. I know it's kind of like really arrogant in a way, but that's how I feel. And let me talk, okay? I'm kidding. So let me express myself. After all of that, I can at least talk, right? Okay. I wish I have time to be cute, but obviously time is very, and now like we're in a space, everybody's tense and we want to move on to the next space. Relax, okay? We're going to fix that financial system and fix all the academia, if you wish, or a new educational learning experience completely disrupted. Flip it, throw everything outdated away, and everybody's going to be far more educated, lower crime, higher confidence, bond and remove all the barriers between societies and communities and languages, less poverty or completely conquer that. It's just going to be a much beautiful, more place when people are more educated. They do what they like and not so much worried about like the bills and the daily boring stuff, okay? I don't think we're created to pay bills. Anybody thought like God was thinking, maybe I should create a human being and all they have to do is pay a bill? and be slave to pay off that mortgage or student loan or something. I don't think so. Work is somewhat worshiping, and it's a holistic, sacred thing that a human can do. But we're known for our work. It's not the muscles. It's not the, you know, dinosaurs would have been a better, you know, candidate for that. But we're known for our brain. So smart work is what we are talking about. So we should work, okay, and use that gift that we have, our brains. Okay, now it's really a beautiful thing to be a part of, okay, and all the educational effect that will take place and all of that. But I just have a feeling years ahead, money is not going to be the evil thing. It will be the enabler. It will be the gift. It will be the tool that will just make us better human beings, you know, to achieve more. It's not going to happen tomorrow, okay? And I just wish it will come a day that we don't have to compete. Like, okay, well, what's the number about, okay? Or it's actually lack of confidence. When somebody's really trying to fill the gap with finance, okay? And I'm not a guy who doesn't have it. I'm trying to find the excuse. You know, we're blessed, but I'm telling you, it's not the ultimate power that humans were created for. It's a tool, but somehow we all ate the bait, and we thought that's how we differentiate. I don't think God, when He meet us, if you believe in afterlife, I don't know why I'm going to go there, but let me just finish my sentence. Okay, don't stop me. Okay, I'm kidding. I don't think He's going to, with how much did you have, how much did you make, right? I gave you 80 years or 70 years or 100 years. How much you have? I don't think that's going to be, that's so insane. What did you do? What did you do? Who you helped? How kind were you? It would be easy. Then any CPA would qualify to be upstairs, and like there was okay, we know your balance. All right, you go to hell, you go to paradise, you go. But if you think about it, it's not about your balance. That is not even considered. In fact, it will be used against you if you abused it or misused it or didn't use it rightfully, ethically. It will turn hell on you. It would be a punishment. So is it a punishment or a blessing? How you use it. It's like a knife. You can buy a knife to stab a person, God forbid, or to create some art on a big, beautiful, juicy watermelon, fix a meal. Okay, we don't want to go too far from the content. I would love to be cute, but I don't think we have the time to do that. And I just hope you got my message. Don't follow my words. Okay, at the second half of September, we will start talking. All right, we'll start packaging this vision. All right. So far we've been working, preparing. All right. So going to the second half of September, we can talk. But we had to walk first. Who are we? Got to walk. Now we can talk. Talk is cheap. All right. We'll be creative. Don't worry. We have so many good talkers. I know a few. So we will get to the talking later. But now, if you got this, don't be trapped by the words or the eloquence or the talk, okay? If you got what I said, this is the most important meeting that we've had in the last 4 years. If you got what I said today, delete all the videos you've watched before. And if you got this from the mind and from the heart, not just like, okay, you're calculating, you didn't get it. If this touched you on both of the essential equipments or organs you have, your brain and your heart, you got it. You're good. Now we go next. Fine? And the best part, we're on time, and I'm trying like to burn the clock somehow. So we're good with time. That's amazing. All right. Yeah, powerful. Yeah, speaking of that, what else? I should go back to that email. So I covered the first part. My other topics is mortgage. Ready. Okay. More details about the events coming. Yeah, so there's a question about the events are coming. Okay. Yeah, so there will be events in the USA, okay? And then there will be events in all other continents, okay? To be accurate, I don't have in Antarctica, not yet. No plan for that, or Australia or New Zealand. If I want to be very accurate, I'm on the record, sir. But all the other continents, but very much likely will happen. But Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, yes. Different type of events. So some product releases, okay. Some announcing something you've never seen before. Different locations, exotic stuff. Remember, some of the locations or some of the events you probably forgot, but I don't forget, okay? It's gonna be seen from space. All right? You forgot that word, okay? So one event is coming. The only change that happened that I have to be there. And be there, that means it's not here. Go figure. So I have to be there. One event. It will be seen from the sky, and it's not in Dubai, just to be very clear. There will be landmarks named Onpassive. Where are you going? Onpassive Station. What did I say? Oh, delete that. Can you cut that?
It's too late.
So yeah, it will be fun. It's crazy that I gave the leaders an option to ask the questions, and all I have is like picnic stuff. So those are the events, and the last point is what will be processed 3 weeks. Okay, I think I covered that about the products and deleting that, right, Brother Marty? Okay, I think we covered that. Yeah, the last part is like a little bit of it's kind of like the old mentality, so we need to update that. So, what do you like of the new website, and what do you like? What do you think of? I'm sorry. What do you think about the new website? What do you think about the new video?
Well, I love both of them, Ash. I love the way the website, like you say, it flips. It flips when you're hovering over it. What I love about the video is that there's real people going about their life.
Yeah.
You know, that I find so genuine, you know, that really captures it. It's not like a prefabbed kind of cookie cutter kind of commercial. I do have
do you see the talent in the Dubai filming people? And of course India is not okay, like the new level. You haven't seen it. Also they are artists for sure. And here's a new addition just for fun. Why not? Have you heard of the channel National Geographic?
Oh yeah.
Discovery Channel. You know, people like make very crazy films, you know, like inside of an animal or like close up or out in the wood and all of that. We got a producer who does those stuff, okay? That is going to be helping us with the events and some creating content with Onpassive. Like, for example, Michael Williams AIM in Canada, okay? He will be having a meeting with me in the US, not in Indiana for sure, okay? I'm just messing with you. If he's here, might be in Florida or somewhere. That's example, all right? Now, if I didn't say Grossminder, it doesn't mean he doesn't have that, okay? And it doesn't mean anyone in Canada, so get the fact, okay? So the pattern is, whether it's John White or Jeffrey or Lynn or any of you or Gene or any of you will be here or together somewhere, and we will have that production. We're going to be talking about the products. We're going to be talking about the impact of Onpassive, but more that, you know, I would say mainstream quality. So content, you cannot even use all of it. It would be a lot. I would like to touch up on why we have, after Susie, I think you have to finish up if you want to say something. Then I want to talk about why so many websites and the frequency. Okay, if you would like to know, I will kind of packages, because I got that question again today. Okay, hit me.
Okay, I just have a simple question I was just going to add into it.
Sure.
And so you said there's free products, obviously, and then we're having physical products. Are there going to be any free physical products that correspond with maybe a subscription or vice versa? Okay.
No.
Okay. Thank you. I was just curious.
There is a product, okay? It's not a product. It's a platform, all right?
Uh-huh.
That will have stores.
Okay.
Think of Disney having small Disneys globally.
Okay.
You didn't get it. I'm just making stuff up. Yeah. No,
well,
I'm not.
I'm seeing little globes all across the
world. Yes. So we're going to have a platform. Think of Onpassive OTV. Okay. Think of that. It's a platform. It's the craziest. Things will put you in tear. That is not going to require a box of tissues. Remember Boston?
Yeah.
That's going to need a towel.
Oh, boy.
A large one. Yes. No kidding. No kidding. Okay.
Okay.
And that will be a platform, but also will have locations, physical. It's something crazy.
Okay.
All right.
We do have some hands raised. Would you like to?
No, you don't want to know about like why we do one website ultimately daily?
Okay. Would like to know that. Then we'll go to the hand.
Just hurt my feelings. God. Right. No, you didn't. Okay.
No, we love the website.
No, I think I want to clarify this because so why 2 websites a week? Okay. It's not 2 websites a week. It's going to be 1 website, minimum of 1 website a day. So it will be 1 website or more every day. Why? Write it down. Number 1, okay? Because Onpassive will give the most value to its customer. Number two, the customer is not a product. So not everybody's going to facebook.com or twitter.com or instagram.com. Okay, not everybody's going there, okay, and given the traffic so they can, you know, advertise for the publishers and cash out from that traffic. It's the other way around. The traffic is going to BillWilliams.com, to PeterSleward.com, to Gene, to Corinne, to John, to Susie, to okay, Grossminder, Andy, all of you, Angie, okay, Listra, of course, Julie, everybody is. It's the other way around. Okay, we're sending traffic to you. You're the hero to your own domain name every day. So because you're not the product, all right, we're giving you your own identity because we're genuine about your digital success. And there's no digital success or modern success with technology without having your domain name. So if we will be fooling you, we will have just a big, nice website for Onpassive, and everybody's going to that website. We'll say, look, we are ranking #2 website on the world. That's not what we're after. What does it mean to you? What means to you, even if you have 10 visitors a day to your website, that's much more meaningful, all right, and more monetized than having 1 trillion visits, it's not realistic, to the main website. All right, so this is what you want to focus on. So let's recap, all right? Onpassive want to give you the most value. Customer is not the product. The customer is our hero. We give them the most value. More points. I don't know the count. Don't count, okay? I think I know how to count. But I don't want to suck up my energy on silly stuff. Let's do one more important one. You don't want to compete against each other, right? Same family. We don't want Ron Hulbert to say Lynn Nakamoto or my website, not Lynn Nakamoto's. We don't want them to compete. Meaning, if they have the same website and the only website, we would have a lower conversion or attraction.
And she would win.
And Ron is going to have a different website every day and a different content and also language-based, and that's another O-Tracker thing. So we know where he is. It's going to be by default in English, if that's the language in Orlando. Okay. It would be in German if it's on Angie's site. It will be in Swiss or German if it was in Korean's website site, and so forth, all right? So, and you get to change that. So now it will be more relevant to the audience. And if you go to LynnNakamotoToday.com, I'm just giving you an example. And after 3 years, you go to the same, oh God, again, like you want to vomit, you want to throw up, right? I would. But if you go to Lynn Nakamoto at like, I don't know, 1 a.m., when they finish Rob Lynn live, almost 1 a.m., if you check it out, and like after a couple of hours, you see, and it's a complete different website. Oh my God. How did she do that? That's impressive. Okay, that is attractive, and it will be. Oh my God! If I am a member, I'll get the same. 12 hours later, cycle. Different website. It's completely different content or message. It's the same company and the same, reseller, let's say, or customer in Jamaica, but at the same day, we have randomizer and randomization where with AI, we will not have it in the same country every day, the same thing. So we kind of like have a good mix. So everybody will stand out. You have your own identity. It's not like everybody's just sending to the same identity. That's a big deal. We don't get oversaturated because you're going to see the same thing over and over. Like you have 100 million customers and you see 100 million website of the same look. We're not going to stand it. But if you look at it, I'm really excited to check the next day website. Or there's an event somewhere that will be seen from the sky and it will be on a page, but also on linnakamoto.com/sky event. I don't know. Okay, we did the top, we can do sky. Why not? All right. My son told me, why don't we open the first company or the first office on the moon? I said, you're crazy. Okay. Why would we do that? Like, how are we going to send people there? He said, wait, we don't have to. We send equipment, AI, but it's a good marketing thing. And we have intelligence. We said first-hand information. That I have my hands full for now. You probably will do that. All right. I'll clap for you. Okay. I'm just sharing. Okay. So we're going to need that OmarMufareh.com, right? Thank you, Neeraj.
Wow.
Comes up with crazy ideas. Anyway, so the idea is to be like everybody to stand out above the bubble. All right. We're not competing against each other. Everybody's unique. Okay. Attractive is impressive. Mind-boggling. The only company would do that. That would be a good reason, a marketing cause for so many people to just say, I get this, that alone. I want to be a part of it. Are you kidding me? My name is Joe. And every day you're going to give me Joe, a new Joe. Look, you're making me a hero. I'm not even sweating. I don't even know how to type 3 letters together. That is going to attract people like, you know, giving away ice cream in July or August. Somewhere hot, I don't know. But I can go more and more. Like, why we're going to do that? So you want to monetize that? Hello, Apple. You want to sell your new iPhone? We got 100 million customers, maybe 1 billion, and each one has 1,000 websites. We've got a couple trillion pages that are just like flooding the internet. If you want to be displayed there, it's going to cost you more than $3. Publishers. We're the hunted, not the hunters. And you're the hero. You don't pay for it, and you're not the product. Think about that. And you might just say, for fun, I'm bored. Everything is flawless. One day I'm going to use OCreate and create my own website. I'm going to talk about my craft, Don DeGarmo. I'm going to talk about my art or hobby, whatever it is. I don't want to mention one thing. All right. It's a free thing. You're going to have Oh My Life, which will generate so much content for you, almost seamless or autonomously, if you wish. And you're going to have O-commerce. That's also a byproduct within your O-create. So you're going to have your own commerce website if you have something, all right? Or if you want to replicate somebody, all right? Somebody's having a product, I want to have the same, you know, I get commission. You have your own commerce, like your own Amazon. Doesn't matter how big or small. Believe it or not, Amazon, they don't make things. They just have a website, they have the processor, the merchant, and a large amount of truckers. That's what they have. You're going to have your own blog. linnakamoto.com/blog. You can write your own stuff, videos. You can have, So you have all of those unique social media, but on your name, and you have full control. You don't have a page, and if you blink or sneeze, they just hit you on the head. So that's why it's powerful. So why are we doing it now? Like, okay, we don't have a buy button or something. We can add that, don't worry. But that's only for training purposes. We're warming up our team, our staff, so we can have, this is the company that is preparing everything. So why success is guaranteed with Onpassive, in my eyes? Okay, why? Because we're doing it before we say it. Remember what I said about the words and talking and all of that? So for example, if I achieve, okay, as of now, it's good enough, right? But if I achieve another website and that we're doing it seamlessly and so comfortable, like drinking water, all right? If we're doing that, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and they're telling me, can we do more? No. Hold on. Organically, gradually scale it. So we get to that level, and then by the time we tell the world, it's not like we're going to test it and see how it works and we're going to hire. It's already done. You just put a name on it, put a price on it. We just call it out. So it's, we succeed first, then we can blab, if I can say that. Back to the 17 hands I have. Okay. All right. It was fun.
Yeah, it's been a fun day, Ash. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have some time for questions or comments or discussion?
Let's go with the flow.
We'll go. That's my saying. I love that you remembered that. Go with the flow. So I think Julie has a question. Then we'll get to the hand raise. After her, we'll have Gina Leva. So Julie, it's all yours.
Yes, Susie. Before we go on, Ash, do you want to two separate recording, or do you want the Q&A and to continue to record?
I'm sorry. I think I can piece up the question. You want it to continue to record, or I would say make another segment by payments or charge. That's my opinion. You asked me for my opinion.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording and start.
Right. Fun parts. All right.
There was a question.
So if you want a copy of this recording,
Yeah.
it will cost $5,000 a copy. Send it to New Jersey. Don't give it to anybody, brother, okay? I'm messing with you. Okay, you take it away, Julie. There's something, I mean, there's a wind or something in your audio.
Yeah, Julie, are you still there?
I'm here. I just turned off the fan, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
Oh, yeah,
There was
it
a
sounded
fan.
like you were in a convertible.
I thought you were on the beach, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm here. There was a questions about the packages. If there was a company that purchased, this question is actually from
Sure.
if the company was to purchase a packages, do they have to purchase individual packages to their employee? For example, university or bike club and all that. That was the question from Leon.
Very good question. And actually, we had a few discussions on that. We're almost closing the topic with this so far, I would tell you. It's not like in stone, but almost, you know, that direction. So the initial Onpassive, we're going to make like only the way it is, okay? So the first, we're going to roll out the products through the founders. That's the only way to get it. And we're not going to make many custom or customization, customized features or deals or platforms for a company. Moving forward, okay, after all of that, the department will have the ability to work out a solution for a company. That's when I said there will be some products for a higher value, not just a subscription. So let's say the UN, the United Nations, would love to have our O Connect, or the FBI, CIA. And why I'm saying those agents, that we have some crazy features in O Connect and in our emotional tracking, capacity, AI. Distraction, all of that. So universities and all that, they might not want to go throughout all the details. They just love that specific product, and they want to have it privately exclusive to them and all of that. Sure, we can do that.
Thank you, Ash.
But initially, just what we have. So everybody has to go through the same gate. And if they want some extra customization, they have to stay in the line after the founders, after we take that ecosystem, we take off, then we can discuss other options. And it's up to the team if they want to own the product, how they want to sell it, how they want to brand it. Okay? Nothing is better than having people with you as partners, and they endorse your belief, and they have the same passion, and let them take it. I'm not bothered by that, as long as we're doing it ethically. They're not going to compete against Onpassive. Again, people are not going to come to Onpassive because of our technology and our, gorgeous eyes. No. Okay, they're going to come to Onpassive because of the impact, because of how we do things and why we do things, the inspiration, the cause, the purpose. And that's not going to happen again. But no matter what you try to make up, or how crazy your business model is, you're not going to have the heart of Onpassive or the character of Onpassive. It's just not going to work. It's a losing battle. I said it before, a long time ago. We can give them the blueprint here on a golden platter. Here's the blueprint. Do it. If you succeed, we'll hand you the keys at our cost. You think I want to do this? I'm killing myself. Okay, but there's no way I can trust another human being that will lead this without greed, without corruption, without, self-interest and manipulation. What was the question again, Julie? I think I answered it. Okay.
I think you did. Thank you. That was perfect. Thank you. All right. Jean Oliva, you are up next, Jean.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Ash. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. I kind of want to go back to your first question, which was how do we feel about the new website today? And the thing that I've noticed as they progressed, is that the interactivity, that, like Susie said, that fluid, the flipping of things and all of that. And what I've noticed is that it's almost as if the website is intuiting. I obviously with the AI, it can tell where our eye is going, but it's just like an embrace. It's, our eye goes over here, something comes to us. It's just this beautiful, fluid, welcoming feeling to the websites. And I just think that's incredible. So kudos to the Hyderabad team. I don't even have words for it, because my background was in graphic design, and just used to be you had to scroll down if you wanted more information on a page. It was this big long thing if there was any decent amount of information. But now it's just this beautiful fluid dance of information and visual elements, and it's just beautiful to me. And the idea of having one every single day, it's like we're starting at the very, very top. There's, what more are people going to want? They're just going to be kids in a candy store with that product of O-Create. So thank you so much for letting me be here today. I'm so proud to be part of this creative venture with you. And yeah, space, absolutely.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Jean. I love that you paid attention to that, and it's a great topic. Allow me to also add that this is exactly the strategy. You want to, build that skill from the ground up. Not only you scale the talent level and you get better at it and you practice before you go to the battle, like you're sharpening your axe every day for a long time, but also, so you see the confidence is reflecting there, but also the passion and the creativity. That's exactly the strategy. So, and that is going to be recognized by the viewer, by the visitor. They're going to see, I've never seen this menu before. This is different. How can I have it? Whether it's a business, individual, organization. So it's working. I love it when it works. You plan it, you go to work, you don't give up, you don't listen to any garbage, and you go after it till it's done. And I love it. It's happening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean. No, thank you for everything you do. Amazing.
Thank you, Jean. Good to see you. We have a hula hoop contest coming up very soon.
Oh, man.
Oh man. She challenged me when she was in Worcester.
I know I'm not in it for sure.
Yeah. You better get practice.
We'll teach you how to do it. It's not hard. You just have to have the right hula hoop.
I'll practice jumping with Celestine, maybe. I'll practice. Yeah, I can do that, but hula hoop doesn't look good on me.
You have one. It's probably on a shelf somewhere, like you said, that I got you.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get you going. Thank you, Jean. Good to see you. So we have a few more. Peter Serer's here. How you doing, Peter? Unmute yourself.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. Ash, how are you? And how is your family doing? I hope all is well. And I want to also
thank you so much. Everything is good.
Absolutely great. And I want to take the opportunity right here and right now. Like you said, we should be thankful for all the tech team in Hyderabad and everywhere else. And in regarding to that video you showed today, I know the people in Dubai worked on that. So I want to thank him. I want to thank him so much. That video, since yesterday, I don't know how many times I watched it, Ash. It's beautiful. The campaign is refreshed. Beautiful messages in there. It's incredible. One thing that stuck with me that you mentioned today, which is very deep, buried in my heart, what you said that Onpassive will eliminate the crime, the corruptions and poverty around the world.
Yeah, I haven't seen somebody park their Rolls Royce and go and rob a bank, right? So yeah, if people are empowered financially, crime is going to naturally go down. So yeah.
Absolutely. And the website is incredible as usual. You know, amazing. The work that they've done in the tech team in there is crisp, clean, fresh, fast. It's just amazing. Amazing. Words cannot even describe it.
That's how we do it.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Peter. No, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, Peter.
I'll see you at a new top.
Ash, when you were talking,
number 4.
Ash, when you were talking about work and the nature of work and how we really need to move into the Garden of Eden, back to the Garden of Eden. So it's not the Garden of Eden now, but it could be the Garden of Toil now. What we do, we go to work, we slave, we work all our lives, and we basically don't take it with us. And so I think your vision is beautiful. I think that
thank you.
We go forward as a group, we can change the world. Your question about the website and then the film in Dubai, outstanding. I thought about the word magnetic attraction, and that this is a compelling content and graphics beyond what I've seen before. I think the team is getting better in Hyderabad to deliver something that pulls you in. And before it was clean and pretty, but I didn't get pulled in. But now I'm getting pulled in because of what Jeannie talked about. Was this is a lot more developed. There's a lot more content that is fresh right in front of you. So to me, that translates into, it's going to be the same for all the digital products. It's going to be the same for the websites that each of us gets as a customer. It'll be magnetically attracted so many customers will just be pulled in. So that's my comment. And the single question I had was, how are we doing on the financial in and out payment systems you talked about that were so critical, development and agreements with outside groups and functionality?
Okay, break it down for me. Okay, so can you break it down for me? Rephrase it.
Well, the financial in and out system seemed to be a real bottleneck that we needed to overcome to get to that next phase. To get the wallets in our hands, we have to have the systems. And so are we on track? You know, is that a done deal yet? Or are we still putting that one in place?
We have two options done, okay? Or I would say done deal, not integrated on the site, which is now we're in that phase where we're integrating, okay? Did you see some integration tasks maybe? Okay. So I don't see it as a bottleneck, but I think it wasn't the time or any earlier to do it. Now is the time. So it's just taking its time to be covered. Not every battle we go, we win, but we win the war, as you know. Okay, so but we have a couple more solutions. So again, we're not a company that is just going to get so sensational and crazy about, yeah, we have an option. Oh, let's plug in and the money will pour. No, that'll be a, you know, stand up one show or one night show. Okay, we don't want to do that. I think within a reasonable amount of time, I don't want to put dates or any of that, but it's likely, obviously, before the dates we mentioned for going commercially, we're going to have enough capacity and financial force where we're able to cater for a while until that central bank level of Onpassive financial solution, which will be permanent. If it takes 6 months or a year, it will. We are already working on that. We already have the talent that are able to. So we have our own e-banking system, okay? So eventually it's going to happen. So I just want to make sure we don't get a flat tire in the next 6 months or so. We're just going to run and soar, yeah. But we have enough to start with. But we're not that, you know, light. We are just going to be very solid. And there's one really potential, or two actually. Okay, if we nail them before, I think we can run with them for a while. But again, it's the ultimate thing. Once we have complete the domain, the data center, which probably tentatively a year time. Who knows? Okay, we go faster, so slower. It depends how the mechanics go and play out. But once we do have our own data, our own domain registration and financial system, our own bank, I don't know how you own everything. I don't know. What's the definition of that? You kill it? I know.
You put it on cruise control.
It's just crazy. Like, what can't you do with that? Like, every day, a new business. You see, I'm not bugged with this. Like, a lot of people, if you based on this and you're going to reference, oh, launch, oh, that day, what happened the next day? Oh, it could be horrible. Have you heard people had an okay wedding or no wedding, but they're together for 40 years or something? Anybody can raise their hand? I don't know about your wedding, Marty DeGarmo, on June 21st, 1987, I think. I'm poking his anniversary time. And I don't know if it was big, but hey, they're still together. Nobody in jail, nobody, you know, in the hospital. So they're both alive, safe, and sound. So it's not the event. A lot of people are still driven by that event, and they're going to focus on, even if it's like not like the most extravaganza, you know, launch or event, or it's okay. we have the muscles, the capacity, the power, the tenacity to create a whole new concept the next day. We're in it to win it. It's over. Live with it. I'm sorry, no, I'm not talking to you. Just in case some haters are listening, live with it. That's a good way. Better than bite me?
Yeah, live with it.
Live with it.
Giddy up is the word I use.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Ash.
You all set?
Absolutely. So I don't think we're not a bottleneck, but it's a sensitive organ. We have to really fix it good. I'm talking, you know, in a medical term, if you wish. Yeah. So we want to be careful with it. Give it the good attention. We cannot, you know, break it up. So a couple more steps, and we're good until we have our own holy bank, and it's over.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bill. Next we have Andy Burks. Come on down, unmute yourself. There he is.
Hi, hi Ash. Glad to hear
Andy.
everyone's well, and I wanted to reiterate what Jean said. Phenomenal website, love it, absolutely love it, and I'd like you to thank your team in Hyderabad for all the hard work. Phenomenal. I have a merchant in London that has licenses, including China, by the way. So if it's required, please do let me know, and I can certainly help with introducing you to the right people to set up a bank if necessary. But I've had a question come in from one of my group, albeit small, that says, is Onpassive planning to craft a healthcare software that will facilitate the integration of all health services that could be used by hospitals or health centres or even care physicians?
It's not in the pipeline, Andy. Okay, but it's very much possible. All right, we are already creating disruptive health devices and gadgets, and I mean like nobody has seen before. And we have successful prototypes. Just a matter of patenting things and the IP and all of that, securing things, and you're going to see them everywhere. Yeah, so it looks like we care so much about our health and our well-being. So we're pretty much thinking there will be some platform that will be doing that. Dr. Bill Williams and Dr. Kenor Shah also discussed, we have also some ambition to disrupt the insurance industry and give access to mankind or health, you know, healthcare to mankind without, you know, all that greedy stuff and the manipulation that happens.
Big pharma. Yeah.
But I would imagine we already have the technology that can read somebody's emotion, you know, very visual, so we can do that from a distance. We have the ability to connect people from the database and use the wallet. So I think it's 72% of hospital ER visits and clinic visits are false alarms. They could be saved if they have a quick check, like a virtual doctor, if you wish, okay, visit. And yeah, and you know, if we have access and money is not an issue or health insurance, people will do that. The ability to purchase that, it has to be. I don't have a clarity or agenda. Like I said, with all, you know, transparency, it's not in the pipeline, but it's hard to believe there will not be something around health, like something disruptive with Onpassive. If it's O Health or something else, or O Health will be the hub for so many elements. Like I said, actual devices, the insurance element, the financial, virtual checkup, understanding the patient from distance. I think it's almost going to happen, yeah. I still didn't start working on that, but very much possible to happen.
Excellent.
Is that fair?
Thank you. That is very fair. Thank you very much
Thank
indeed.
you.
And thanks for asking me on today. Great.
Indeed.
Okay, Julie, I'll take over. Or you all set, Julie?
Oh, better. Okay, I'll call on Rob. Hi, Rob. You're up next.
That's Rob or his
It's Rob.
grandson.
Well, I
He
look
just
a little
shaved off
different. I
like
guess
50 years or something. And I say, holy cow, how old did I look with that beard? You look amazing, fresh.
Well, thank you.
I'm a fan of
appreciate
both.
it.
That looks wise, that looks younger.
Thank you. I like the younger look too, and I think Lynn does as well. I would like to thank
She
the
doesn't
folks
age.
in Hyderabad, the engineers. It's beyond belief. I've been around the creativity, a good portion of my life, and I'm not an expert, but I know what looks good, I think, in my eyes anyway. And the colors, the clarity, the motion, I call it the pop, and sync is all in sync, and it's eye-catching, and it certainly held my attention enough to where I went back 3 times today and reviewed 3 times because I missed certain things. And I think it's obviously improving and getting more dynamic on a weekly basis, twice a week. I can only imagine 5 times a week, it's going to reach right out of the computer and grab everybody.
Well, Rob, think of it this way. You go to a place and you like it the first time, but okay, you probably have no reason to go back unless there's a significant change happen. Apply that to a digital website, okay? So you go there, and if it's the same thing tomorrow and next month and so forth, we have less curiosity and less interest and reason to go and visit that website ourselves. Now, same thing applies if I know there's going to be difference. So I'm curious. So you yourself will go to your website every day at least. You want to check it out. So that will revive it, and that will make it interesting because it's dynamic. And this is the best part. Sometimes, tell me if it happened to you. I go to a website and it looks good, or some product, a restaurant, we find something and all that, and we go there, drive an hour or something, and to find out they closed 2 years ago, but they didn't update the website. It happened that you find something, but they're talking about 4th of July. We're in September. Oh God, anybody cares to watch what's happening? Can you imagine when your website is so relevant, so dynamic? Like, does it give you the feel, there's people behind this business or behind this website? It gives you the comfort, the trust, the warmth. It's inviting that we're here. We're not dead. We're not out of business. You don't have to question that. We're here. We're on it. So I think that's what I think when I'm creating that frequency of the website. Many people are not going to get it why, but I'm very sure they will be thankful from the outcome.
And it's our first line of offense. If we're going after the world, what better way than with a website, since people around the world are tuning in to their computers? You
cannot miss us. You cannot miss Onpassive. It's everywhere. You go to everybody's domain name. So instead of like now, you Facebook Terry Thompson, okay? You're going to look her up. If she doesn't have an account, you're going to find her, or Telegram or whatever, okay? They're not every, but if Terry Thompson is an Onpassive, and I type, very much like terrythompson.com.net, 2 simple variations, I will find her blog. I will find her, personal private blog, website. I will have a clue what is she about, maybe her contact and all of that. So we will have, invention after invention, new ways of sharing and exposure. People will be the heroes and will be the hunted, and it's easy to find them if they are interested in what you have.
If I could just mention one more thing as a
But what do you
plug.
think, Rob? We nailed it again?
That's a double nail.
I think we
I
nailed
can't
it.
wait for the third nail.
We
I would
nailed
like
it.
to say something,
Sure.
just reiterate what Chris Johnson mentioned, that the Deaf Slam is tonight. It's the 5th show that the deaf community is having, and it'll be on YouTube, and the link is posted in the back office. And there will be tonight at 7 p.m. And obviously, for those that miss it, it'll be replayed. And they'll be signing. Two of the people Lynn is very friendly with will be signing. And also there'll be voice interpreters. So it's for everybody.
Absolutely.
And then I'll take my nap.
Thank you, Rob, Lynn. Thank you,
Lynn
Chris.
later.
And of course, Julie and those who contribute. I'm assuming, Jean, you also speak or sign language? I have a feeling, I'm not sure.
Me?
Yeah or no?
I took it in college, and so, I know the alphabet, and I would love to learn more of it. Again, American Sign Language, so just the American. But yeah, I would love to relearn it so that I can be conversational. I would love that.
All right. Well, yeah, that's a good class on Lynn on Academy.
There you go. Thank you, Rob. You're looking sharp today. So we have a few more hands. You still have some time, Ash?
Yeah, Jonathan is coming to fix something at 6:30. But of course, I would like to be ready before then. So that's like the most, like the extreme.
Okay.
I have to also respond. Somebody's looking for something.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to ask panelists if your hand is raised, great, but please no more panelists raise your hand. We have Neeraj, Terry, Michael Williams, John Barilla, Charles, and then we'll end with Casey. So thank you so much. So Ash, am I saying the name correct as I introduce Neeraj? Am I? No.
Neeraj.
Neeraj?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Susie, first of all, yeah, you're pronouncing my name correct, so don't worry.
Okay.
And
not perfect, not as good as me.
I have to go to India.
Yeah, you're welcome to India. So thank you for invitation, Susie. So first of all, gratitude to the Hyderabad team, and Ash, as a Indian founder, I think I am extra proud. Not only me, I think every Indian founder will be extra proud that our team in India is delivering for everybody in the world. So gratitude to the Hyderabad team. Secondly, you talked about deliver or depart. And that was a collective decision that you said. So that is a very good thing, because that shows the commitment from the team. Thirdly, I started a YouTube channel and I did that YouTube channel in English. And the first comment I got was, why don't you do that in Hindi language so that the Indians can understand it? And you actually addressed that problem by saying that we are few days away from fixing the language barrier. So that was
in the what do you call it, the live translation that we have. Obviously Hindi is a done deal. All right, that's one of them. Also, you're going to be shocked. We have Dutch, we have German, we have French, Arabic, our initial languages, and of course we're going to scale it after that. And guess what? We're going to have somebody in the Orlando office speaks Mandarin, English, Mandarin, Spanish.
Fantastic. Yep. Yeah. And lastly, Ash, thank you for making us superheroes. Yeah, many founders are still not seeing that vision, and I'm sure as we proceed, a lot of them will see that. And I would end my comment with one statement. The effect that you have on others is the biggest currency there is. So thank you, Ash.
Oh, thank you. It's well earned and deserved, and it's a two-way street. It's a win-win, and we are in this together. And you don't want every founder to be a winner. Come on. Okay, so keep the exclusivity. All right. Some people probably God would have trouble accepting them. I'm not just saying that. It's a true thing, because can you imagine you want to take a group of friends, you want to go to a dinner. If you have 10, okay, you can talk to them. If you have 100, you barely would listen or hear each other, right? It's going to be like a B cell. And if there's 1,000, they're going to not break the restaurant, they're going to break the bank, and like, we're not have enough food for all of that. So it's a good thing to have less people to share the resources with. It's a blessing.
Perfect. Thank you, Niraj. You always spoke very well, and I love what you're speaking every time. All right. Up next is Terry Thompson, one of my angels here in California. You're smiling the whole entire meeting, so we would love to hear from you, Terry.
Thank you, Julie. My jaws actually hurt. I mean, between Mr. ASHMUFAREH and Susie, and oh my gosh, I just ear to ear grins. But hello, Ash. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. You didn't just give us breadcrumbs today. You gave us French toast with strawberries and whipped cream and some syrup. And then you topped it with some eggs. I just feel, my question to you is, after we are served that scrumptious breakfast on a silver platter, which is soon, will you still grace us as founders with your laughter and your presence and everything that you
I love that question, and that's an answer to the point I just read on my cell phone.
Okay.
I'm trying to practice facial recognition. All right. There you got the answer.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. I don't have a reason to stay here by the book. I don't have any obligation. I delivered what was necessary, and I feel that's an obligation. I have to keep the founders in the loop and all of that. But now I put one appointment that I have to approve. It's not a small deal. It's about a property, and food is not a big deal. I'm compromising sleep, so I'll just stretch it another night. And Jonathan, I put him instead of 5:30 to 6:30. Why? Because I love being here. So it's not like, I mean, it's good if you ask, you make me feel wanted and important, okay? But you don't even have to ask. I love it. I do it from the heart. That's what keeps me. Now that is the emotional part, but to make it more, rational and practical, the reason I do this, how would I know, Terry Thompson, if I don't listen to you, or Gene, or if we don't interact through this side chat and get to know the personality more and more? So we're more than a business. So we take care of business, but then we continue and we carry on with our, personality as much as, time allows, not affecting our productivity. But that is important. To me, it's essential to understand the mindset. Again, as we call it, the mining, or finding the cream of the leaders and all of that. It's essential to recognize people and all of that. And of course, it's not about me. So if we don't have that room for people to be on the screen, say the podium or the stage, I don't think it's kind enough or fair. So others have to be here, take the chance to how do we know the goodness of Niraj?
Right.
How do we know the character of Susie, like her personality? We would have no clue if we come like any professional, formal, I would say dry, boring, corporate. Put a slide, 1, 2, 3, nice to meet you. It's boring. I think I don't want to mock them up, but not good at that. But it's just boring. It's uninspiring, and that's not Onpassive. Unpassive.
Unpassive.
Thank you so much, because this is the part I love. Thank you for everything you do. We're truly blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ash, I can't believe you said food wasn't important. I'm going to take that clip and play it back to you. Yeah, you did say that. From a man who loves good food, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah, because this is important. You said the food wasn't, or the sleep.
Oh, no. Like it's like I dodged it like an hour or two. That's not a big deal. Okay. Come on, I'm not going to die. Oh, no, I don't.
I know. I picked it up, though.
I don't joke with my meal, no.
I know. Okay. So next we have Michael Williams. Michael, thank you so much for the webinar the other day. You were spot on. We appreciate it. So how you doing, Michael? It's all yours if you want to unmute yourself.
I'm doing fantastic, Susie. And I can see and hear it in your voice that you're also doing fantastic. So
beyond fantastic. Yeah, every day.
I must first commend our CEO on his efficiency today. Right? He gave us so much.
Talking to you, Charles.
Right? Right? He gave us so much in such little time. Right? You know, if people are not blown away with what they've heard today, I don't know how we can help them. Because, you know, we've been telling people time and time again, you know, that in life, we have to trust someone, right? It's just very difficult to go through life and not trust. It's very difficult, right? No matter what your situation is, no matter what your past experience has been, it doesn't matter. If you want to succeed in life, like you just have to trust someone, right? Not anyone, okay? Not anyone, right? But here we've found, I believe, and this is not sucking up or anything like that, for those people, okay? It's just the truth, right? But we found someone who have the right mindset to guide us to our desired destination, right? And so to me, it's very easy to trust the process. It's very easy to trust the company. It's very easy to trust the CEO. As you talk about website, Ash, you know, just last weekend, we Googled a place to go eat. We traveled there.
You did it?
When we got there, it was something totally different.
Canada or Indiana?
No, this is here in Canada, right?
How did you feel?
Well, it wasn't good.
I knew there was something because, like, you were shaking your head. It looks like you went through that. Yeah, it happened not once. I can assure you, not once.
So for sure. So it is so important from a marketing standpoint. You know what you're doing, what the company is doing. Starting out with these free products, Omail, Onet, folks, that is a gold mine, right? It's a gold. So many people underestimate the power of freeness, right? Some people use it, but they don't use it correctly, right? But there's a lot of businesses, if you really put your thinking cap on and you think of how, let's take Facebook, I'll just call a name. Let's say Facebook as an example, right? Yeah. How did Facebook get built, right? People went and they told two friends and so on and so on. Oh, it's free, it's free. Oh, it's free, it's free, it's free. Right? And then what did they do in turn? Right? They monetize your data, your information. Right? You give them something that's free. Yeah. Right?
You're the product.
And so this is where you're saying that no, with Onpassive, you know, we as individuals, you know, the customers that come, right? The individuals then are not the actual product. It's a huge difference. It's a complete paradigm shift from anything that is out there. And that is refreshing because that's why we joined Onpassive, for something refreshing. We wanted something different because if it wasn't different, we would continue to get the same results that we've been getting all this time. And so people have to understand that though, Ash. You know, we as founders especially, we have to understand that. We keep getting them, you know, when is it going to launch? When? Just last night I got a phone call. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you not enjoying the process? Do you not see what's going on? Have you not been paying attention? This is amazing what we've done and accomplished in such a short period of time. Truly amazing, right? And for that, I commend you on that. No matter how hard stuff is coming at you and all these, let's just say stuff, right? That's coming, you know, you're there, you're standing tall. You know, you come on these webinars time and time again, regardless, you know what I mean? And you give it your all, right? And so for that, I truly appreciate what you've done, what you're doing, and what you'll continue to do, because this is only the beginning. So folks, buckle up.
Indeed. Can I add also, Michael, look, so the aspect of the website and all of that, it bugs me, because I think a good number of us we came from a background where as self-employed, or like you become an affiliate with a company in a way on commission, and that is not a true owning your own business or freedom. How could you be or achieve any level of independency or freedom if we're all working or being slaved, or I would say manipulated, for one company or one domain name? That's, in fact, for those who get the concept of having your own identity and having the website on your own domain, and not once, is daily, that alone would close the deal with me. I know for a fact this is a company not about what's for them. It's about they're doing anything they can and needed on their end to make me succeed. Because without that component, having your own identity and having a unique content constantly, we will all end up like, it will become either outdated or oversaturated. But I remember something before we go to the next leader, Neeraj, if it's okay. There's one great Indian leader. He does YouTubes and posters, good graphic, but he uses my phrase as do it and die. No, it's or. And it's now everywhere. And he posted that also in the back office. It's not do it and die. Why would I die if I do it? Okay. So is do it or die. And now we're going to tell the haters, we did it, you die. Boom.
I'll definitely look into it, Ash.
Yeah, Neeraj, I have already. Yeah, he's
passionate. He's an amazing guy, but the language, again, that's why I ask your help. Thank you, Guruswinder.
Actually,
Ash,
he's actually an army officer. He was in Indian Army, and
we don't have to reveal his identity. Come on,
right? And he's.
What's his social number?
Okay. So yeah, he's very much passionate.
No, he's a nice.
He's really
founder.
good in graphics.
Just the language, just fix that letter. It's a mistype or a misspelling.
Sure. Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Because it makes me think. Okay, so I did it. Now it's time to die. No, that's scary. Like, you don't want to do that.
No. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. All right. Next, we have John Barilla. John, if you would please.
Thank you.
I'm not going to ask you where you're from, John. Okay. I'm going to say, is it John Barilla?
Well, it could be Barilla if it's Italian, which I am. But in America, we say Barilla. No. And it also can be
That's
Barilla.
Why I try to ask
it's a Spanish name, so it can be Barilla as well. And it also, I don't know how they say it in the Philippines, but it's also a Philippine name. So I say Barilla. So whatever you like, though. Anyhow, let me say, this is an opportunity for me to thank you very much. And also want to thank all the tech folks who do everything for us, who are making all of these things, who are creating the websites that we've seen and the new one and the new video. It's wonderful. I want to thank you, and I want to thank them very much. But I also want to say something to you. Now, you've changed the name of a show the other night, for Rob and Lynn, or Lynn and Rob. And you've been participating a little bit with us in our fun, where we we have a letter every night. And with that letter, we're supposed to describe Onpassive or something that refers to Onpassive or yourself. So the other night, it was the letter D. And I picked a couple of words that I thought were appropriate. And I just want to do that for us right now, because it also, I came up with another word within these 4 words that sort of describes Onpassive. And it's simply this. Here's my words. Onpassive. It's disruptive, of course.
Disruptive.
Distinctive and deliriously delicious. Onpassilicious. Yeah. That's all I got.
That's
Thanks
amazing.
For
Love that voice. Good job. Thanks for everything you do, John. Amazing.
Yeah, then we're going to sing See You in September, too.
We
right,
have
John,
to come up with a creed, or what do you call that? Like
I've got a couple of them. I've got to come up with one when it rains, pennies from heaven. I got one I'm working on that I'm not going to do at this moment, but I'm going to put it in No Network or somewhere, and that's coming. I've got a lot of these little parody songs about Onpassive. So I'll keep quiet now.
No, we want that like punchline. Because you remind me with Let's Get Ready to Rumble, right? I think you would outdo that, because that was iconic. So if we come up with something like that for Onpassive, it will also be a hit. You know, the guy who did You Got Mail, remember that voice? Susie? You still have an account with AOL? Okay. So You Got Mail. Apparently,
You Got Mail. Yeah.
Apparently, that's the husband voice. His wife worked for them, but they just needed a voiceover, somebody to do it. So he just like spot her. He's not even on the payroll. I just discovered that recently. Yeah. So meaning, and that's iconic. You Got Mail, or by AOL, or Get Ready to Rumble. So if we come up with our own punchline, it will be incredible.
Yeah.
With your voice.
John's got the voice, that's for sure.
And I'm sure we have a bunch of females. You know, I didn't say Robin or Terry or Jean, or we got a ton.
And John likes to have the F word.
A lot of great singers. We have a lot of great singers and a lot of beautiful voices. It's not me, not just me.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, John. Next we have Charles Osung. Good to see you, Charles. What's happening?
Not a whole lot, Susie. Just excited like everybody else.
Just
yes,
excited.
John, we've got talent in Onpassive, don't we?
Fantastic. Yeah.
Shouldn't have let Niraj and Michael go ahead of me, because they just stole my lines. Now I don't have anything.
Oh, no.
But I want to start with gratitude. I'm just grateful, first of all, to the Supreme Being, and then to Ash and his family, and then to those Hyderabad staff, the Dubai staff guys. You guys are heroes for real. I remember when I first heard Ash say "do or die," what came to my head was, wait a minute, which one is going to happen? Is he going to do it, or is he going to die? If he doesn't do it and he dies, then we're in trouble, right? But I know he's not going to die, so he has to do it. So, and now you talk about the developers, the engineers agreeing to deliver or depart, right? Now that's big. As Niraj talked about commitment, yeah, that's commitment. But I'm going to use another C word, confidence, right? Because we know they're going to deliver, right? They're not going to
correction to the corruption. We can play alphabet.
Correction to the corruption, right?
Yeah.
But when I saw that Scrum board, that little board that you showed the sprint, and I looked at what they are doing, what is left to be done. Yes, they are grooming, they are trimming. Guys,
I love it. Yeah, you spot that. Genius.
We are done.
Grooming. Yeah.
We are so done. In fact, I've been at peace for some time right now. I don't know why. I think it's because I know we have leaders that know what they're doing and they're doing it for us. So why worry? I let them do the worrying, right? So Ash and his team, they do the worry. So founders, let's just relax. This thing is done and dusted, right? It is done and dusted. Very soon, we shall be partying, all right? So thank you, Ash. Thank you, the team. Thank you, founders. Thank you,
celebrate.
Onpassive.
Celebrate.
Yes, celebrate. Right.
All right.
So great. I'm not going to take long. I know before I got to go, Ash got to go. So peace.
Beautiful.
Right.
Good job.
Thank you, Charles. Yes. Celebrating all the milestones that Ash and his team have accomplished. Okay, we have one more. Casey, if you could put your camera on.
Complete.
So we can see
Charles. Complete.
Yes, thanks, Susie. I'm trying to turn my camera on, but it's been switched off for some reason. I've been having technical issues. So sorry about my video. So
we can
I'll have to
stay.
stay. You can hear me fine.
We
Thanks,
can hear
Ash.
you. Yes.
Yeah, sorry about. Hang on, someone is starting my video, but I'll probably have to sit back a bit. That's better. I'm out of sight, but that's fine. Look, thanks very much, Ash. Fantastic updates, and thank you very much for inviting me here tonight. It's been a wonderful experience.
Is it the update?
The update, the best update so far.
The mother of all updates.
Absolutely. Look, you've given us so much insight to where we're heading today. It's just unbelievable.
Write that down. The mother of all updates.
Absolutely, the mother of all updates. Look, most of the questions that I've been thinking about today have been answered by yourself and by the other amazing leaders. I'm fully committed to Onpassive. My question was going to be about language, especially in the Asian region, in translation to some of the products and how we're going to, how would you say, get more involved with people that don't have English as their first language.
Are you Aussie living in Thailand?
I'm an Aussie, yeah. I'm living in Thailand. I've been here 14 years. I've worked here. I'm a mechanical engineer. And yeah, I just love it here. So I really want to bring on.
How spicy can you go?
Very, very spicy.
Thai spicy?
Thai spicy, absolutely. Beautiful. What about yourself?
Super Thai.
Super Thai.
If it's not spicy, I don't eat it. That's my slogan.
That's great. There's probably not too many people can actually do that.
I put Thai chili on pancake. Not really.
Oh, come on. A bit much, but no, I'm very excited.
But not sauces. You got to be
not sauces.
Natural, exactly. Not like mixes and.
Oh no,
stuff.
proper chili, proper chili.
Real chili.
Done with the hammer and pestle, the pestle and what do you call it?
I can hit the roof with it. Yeah.
Me too, and my lady does some wonderful dishes, so I'm very happy about that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I love Thailand. I love the food, and
I would love to see you there. If you Bangkok or
we can meet in Bangkok. I'm down in sort of about 80 miles southeast of Bangkok, in the province of Chonburi. But we'd certainly love to meet up with you. We've got some great people here that really want to bring Onpassive to the fore, and of course I bless.
How long you've lived there, Casey?
14 years, Ash.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, long time. No, I've worked here. There's lots of construction. It's home. I love it here. I love the weather. It's always warm.
People are amazing. It's very affordable.
Very, very
I think
affordable.
food is my second on the list, like globally, because it's so flavorful. Yeah, it's amazing. Healthy, light, no grease. Yeah.
Pick it up on the street, street food.
Especially if you do it home and minimize the sugar palm. They use a lot of sugar. Why?
Yeah, that's something bad. And other bad ingredients they put in there. So no, we avoid all that, and we make sure that we go to the right places. But, no, it's wonderful. So I just want to thank you for this evening, and hopefully,
absolutely,
one day we can bring Obless and Onpassive here to Thailand. I'm on.
What time is it there now? It must be like.
So right on. Let me check. It's right on 5:13 a.m. So
yeah, so 11 hours ahead of us.
11 hours at the moment. That's correct, and 12 hours for Singapore. So I'm not sure if Tina Go is watching, but I'm sure she's
That
awake.
is dedication. That is commitment. Thank you.
Absolutely. No, I won't miss any of them. I'm on many webinars, and I'm very thankful to be part of Onpassive since I've been here nearly 4 years. Few more months and I'll be 4 years. So
beautiful.
Love it. I thank you so much, Ash. Thank you for everything, and I'm here, do it or die, as you say.
Of course, yeah.
Appreciate everything you've done. Hopefully we can stay connected.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but remember and do it and die, but I remember that again.
I had to mention that too.
Do it and die.
Double D, right, Ash?
Thank you all, leaders. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Very happy and privileged to be here. Thanks again, Ash. Thank you very much, Susie.
Thank you, Casey. Yeah, and see, Casey, how he started talking, you both start talking about food, so we're on to you, Ash, you know?
Nothing wrong with
food. Well, first the accent, I knew his Aussie, then living in Thailand, okay?
Thailand.
That's like heaven. Foodies understand.
So what's your number one? What's your number one if Thai is number Japanese? Interesting.
Yeah. The list doesn't get to Northern America, just to throw you out. I mean, if I have to squeeze Mexican food, that would be like something, yeah, but it doesn't get this close. Probably skip Europe, other than, you know, Turkish, Greece, some Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So, and when you go to Germany, you take your food with you. Yeah.
Please. Lystra.
Yeah, we'll finish up with you, Lystra. Okay, and then we're gonna close down the webinar. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. I just want to say to Ash, thank you so much for having me here. I am just blessed to be with all of you. And I'm grateful for everything that you're doing, things that you have done, and things that you intend to do. Everything is just blowing me away. If I was a fish, I'd be out of the water by now. And I want everyone here today. I know that people will usually say, well, I don't understand and so on, but think outside of the box. This is Think Outside of the Box Thursday. That will really, really help. And that's it.
Thank you, Lystra.
Thank you.
I love that statement.
That's
I also,
very
I think
sweet.
a long time ago, I said, Ash doesn't think outside of the box. He has no box.
Yeah, threw it in the
Right,
ocean.
Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No box.
There is no box. Well, we really appreciate your time.
Who invented
Ash,
the box?
and corporate.
Well, Susie, before
another man.
you let Ash go, just a small question to Ash.
Sure.
Yes, a couple of founders, they are facing login issue from last 3-4 days. Though they are founder from 2018, 2019, they never had this issue. And even Ken Russo also sent me a couple of emails that these are, so if you can see if the system glitch.
It's taken care of, Gersminder.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. It was only yesterday and today. So what happened is there were a clog of pending outgoing mail. I don't know what caused the search. I'm sure I already have a report, but I just didn't give the details yet. But we just decided to clear out the jam because we set the speed. You don't want to oversend and you get blocked and our IP addresses get, you know, blacklisted and all of that. So we have a pace, and if something, you know, overpower this space, we intentionally hold it and until like we manually review it or by our judgment. So we decided to clear up. I don't know, the days are mixed up. Maybe this morning. I'm sorry, because just like I have a jet lag 24/7. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if it's day or night, believe it or not. So yeah, I think it's all clear, like Michael said, and you should be fine now.
Yeah. Thank you, Ash.
Yep.
problem.
Everything's all set. Okay, so Ash, before we end things up, I know that this is a private webinar. Is there, I know, and we have a lot of leaders who do updates. Is there anything we should keep private, or anything you can guide them with?
No, we don't assume anything would remain private anymore. But like, for example, I don't wish to boast or to really circulate the pictures of our staff sometimes. Just have some respect, or details or all that. I don't think it's a business of the public. That's just like internal illustration. But the concept, the cat is out of the bag. Like, you know, Victoria is not a secret anymore. And we know we did it, and anybody is unhappy with it, tell them to die.
Okay, double D.
Double D.
Yeah. I think this was the best webinar indeed, actually, Ash. You know, it's hard to say one webinar is the best because you bring value every webinar.
Yeah.
But I think, like Michael said earlier, efficiency, and I mean, so much information in so little time. And I know you also said that any founder who has the head, the brains, and the heart should get it, right?
Exactly.
And so some of us got it. I can tell you that. Hopefully everybody got it. I hope. Okay. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thank you very much. So think about it that way. If I was predictable, why would you come and listen to me? If I gave you everything I have one time, I thought, this is it, nothing new, why would you come next time? Apply that on the website. If you're already, okay, I got it, I've seen it, I can close my eyes and navigate it. Okay, why would you go next day? Same psychology. It's unpredictable. You have a curiosity. How is it going to be tomorrow? What is it going to talk about tomorrow? And the day after, and next month, and so forth. So that's how you keep your audience engaged. Anybody documenting this so the book will be very easy? Marketing with Onpassive, yeah.
So
I have a barking dog.
6:20. It is 6:20, and I know our CEO is not watching the clock because he's not a clock watcher.
So let me see what happened
really
to Jonathan.
go,
I have
friend.
a naked creature here. Let me see. What's happening?
I need to give Mama something.
Okay, but go get dressed first. Okay, why don't you do that?
Yes, I think it'll be a great idea to let Mr. ASHMUFAREH go attend.
No, I saw somebody invaded the house. Like, I just want to make sure. Yeah, he lives with us. He's a.
Yeah, but you also have an appointment in 9 minutes. So go and sort yourself, please. And thank you.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for the reminder. And I hope we've given you good value, and it's very easy. We told you when the launch and how the commission plays. There's nothing hidden, I guess. We're just going to have fun with the steps to come.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
It's fantastic. All right. So there's another chance for those who didn't get a chance to express themselves, right? I know we have a webinar coming up like in less than 40 minutes, I believe. All right. With our special community. And we also have O-Net. We have Rob Lynn almost nightly at midnight. And it's for all ages, to my knowledge. Anybody can attend, okay? It's free, and it's a chatter. It's a good way to interact and socialize. Daily live by Chris, obviously, Marty DeGarmo, Red Redfern, okay, and a few others. So they do that, Julie as well. So there's so many lives, helping them on those channels and those YouTube discussions always a good way to express your reaction, your feedback. Not going to ask a question or expect us to address a technical question on a live chat or a webinar. I encourage all of you to warm up the utilization of our technologies, whether it's ONET or commenting on those platforms, because it's not going to be a long time for us using this outdated technology, whether it's Zoom or Facebook or any of the other stuff. So it's time for us to gather around our own organic, freshly baked, I'm going to say that, yummy, what was it? Onpassive-licious, John?
Yes, it's Onpassive-licious.
Onpassive-licious, okay. Fantastic.
Perfect.
I was happy
Perfect
with you.
way.
I forgot about my sleep. I forgot about my appointment, but thank you for the reminder. I love it, and I can't wait to see you next time at a new top.
Okay. Thank you, Ash. We love you. And thank you to
Love
the
you
tech
too.
team, too. Have a great
Absolutely.
evening, okay? All
Yes.
right. Bye, everybody.
Let's do this. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
3, 2, 1.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.